Hello everyone, welcome to Fine Moon Rising. This is Taurus's September Tarot Astrology, Energy, and Predictions for the month of September 2025. So welcome in, Taurians. We'll get started here. I'm shuffling some cards for your tarot first, and then I'll draw you something to kind of depict the energy of this next month. Okay, so it looks like we have this Strength card popping out, and then the explainer would be the Seven of Swords, the Moon card, followed by the Queen of Cups. Then we have the Three of Wands, followed by the Eight of Wands. And then overall energy over there on the side, on the right, would be Temperance, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. And I'll pull tarot cards later at the end for an end cap there for you. Okay, Taurus, let's get started here. We'll do some tarot, then we're going to go ahead and move into the astrology. So right now I'm taking notes just on what I see, what comes to mind. I read intuitively as well as from the cards. Okay, so Strength card, followed by Seven of Swords. All right, this is a getting unstuck energy. Honestly, this reading is kind of a getting unstuck energy, and I don't feel like you're terribly stuck, like mired in the mud. And the reason I say this is because as I was shuffling, I did see the Devil card, and it was just kind of something that popped out. And so there is something here about, there is something that's holding you back, keeping you still, stagnant, stuck. And it's kind of a wish unfulfilled is really what it is. So you're being asked here to see strength as a weakness, which sounds very bizarre, but bear with me. It means be vulnerable, right? Your strength is actually in your weakness. Noticing those parts of you that, you're in a situation and you're like, oh, this is not where I want to be. It makes me feel weird, makes me feel like sad, something like that. You have a negative response in certain situations. That's going to be, your emotions are going to be your guiding indicator as to where you want to go on this particular path, and who you want to be with, as well as who and what direction your career is going to be taking. So there's very much an energy of your strength is actually your weakness, and you may see it as a weakness. It might be something conditioned from upbringing, but you can actually use your emotions as a guiding light to really hone in on where you want to go, what you want to do, what you don't want to do. Okay, you do have this Moon card and the Queen of Cups, and there's something here about look out. Who's calling the shots in your life? Because I feel like in this card, this Moon card has this crab, and this crab is pulling the kind of cogs on this wheel to illuminate the lens that is showing us the moon, right? And so it's almost like we are seeing the tides turning, but somebody else is calling the shots. Who's calling the shots in your life? There's something here about maybe you're giving your power away to somebody. I mean, we can never really lose our power. We can just ignore it. But you might be giving your power away to somebody that is just wasting your time, or something that is wasting your time. Could be some sort of vice or something like that you're just like, you know what? I'm giving my power away too much on this, and I need to just, let that go. And so because it's calling the shots in your life, and the Queen of Cups here is like, you know what, I'm kind of done. This is not good for me, so I'm not interested in this any longer. You do have the Three of Wands and the Eight of Wands here, and your independence is moving others out of your life. That's the thing. You may have been too dependent on somebody, and you felt like, oh my gosh, I am allowing this person to really say this, say that, say this, and depict what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, what's happening. And now you're coming to the realization that, you know what, I'm independent. I am who I am. I know where I want to go. Or even if you don't totally know where you want to go, join the club, you have an indication. You can use those feelings as your guidance system in order to push you in the direction that you want to go. And it's not necessarily finding resonance, because we don't really want to find resonance with stuff, because that means that it's just kind of a repeat pattern. But finding things that are just like spark your interest. You're thinking, oh my gosh, I want to do that. That sounds exciting. That's what you need to hone in on, instead of the feelings of somebody else's feelings, or what they would think, or coulda, shoulda, wouldas, those type of things. It will bring you to a point of more ease and bliss in your life. All right. So also the overall energy. Okay, so the drawing that I have come across is very strange. And even your astrology, when we move into the astrology, I just kind of chose something that was a little strange, and it ended up looking more dendritic, like dendrites, brain cells, right? And it was almost like they're kind of like there's some sort of darkness, right, that you probably dealt with and you're probably dealing with, or somebody has a darkness, something like that. And I feel like it's almost like that it's your way out, right? Maybe shadow work is the thing for you to do, but like understanding the dark depths of how you're feeling or something like that is the way out, the way through, the way like to navigate those feelings, to navigate your new path forward, which seems very light and bright, because I didn't feel like I wanted to draw them all completely black. There's actually silver in the middle, denoting silver lining. And then it kind of goes with your astrology because we're focusing on the star Sirius. Okay, anyway, you do have the Temperance card, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords as your overall energy. Yeah, there's something here that's worrying you. But the thing of it is like you have choices. And I think maybe that's what you thought. Maybe this person or a situation made you feel like you don't have choices, that you're stuck, that for some reason you can't move forward. But I want you to know that you have choices. You are like the king or the queen or whatever of your whole life. You know, you depict what happens next. And so you becoming as independent is not like a trauma response. It's more like, you know what? I want to follow down these feelings of bettering my life, the progress in my life that I would like to make. And that is the type of independence that you're going after, not just like a hyper independence or anything like that. Like, I don't need anybody. We all need people. It's just how we are. We're tribal. But for you, it's definitely like kind of honing in on what direction you want to go and following that down. It's going to bring balance to your life. You've got that Temperance card and the Queen of Pentacles. It's also going to bring financial stability as a side benefit, because I feel like you're good at making money. So there's something here that you know that if you work towards it, it's going to bring you more money, more income, stuff rolling in. And I think you see it, you know it. It's like you just haven't recognized it. We all have those paths that we're like, yeah, I got to do that so that I can make more money, that type of thing. Could be selling something, could be getting a higher paid job, could be going back to school, whatever. We all have those things, that we have to do. And you're at that precipice now of just like, I got to get it done. This is going to make me independent. This is going to make me move along my path even more confidently. Okay. And so as far as your astrology goes, I did focus on so I'm not an astrologer, but I've been using the Sky Guide. I love it. I've had it for many, many years. And, anyway, this Sirius star is it's Sirius A with Sirius B. All right, so there's two stars that orbit each other in a 50-year period, let's say 50.1 or something like that. And it's that very bright star that we've been seeing in the sky at like 4 a.m. in the morning, and it's just been amazing to look at. And so it's that really bright light. It's a hydrogen fusing dwarf, okay, and it rotates. It has its own axis every 5 days, which is fantastic. It's almost like, okay, so the cycle of the kidneys as well is like every 4 days. We kind of move through our salt process, and it takes like 4 days for our kidneys to kind of filter things out. And there's like these cycles, right? Well, this star has a 5-day cycle. It's like everything has a cycle, and you're in a new cycle and you're starting a new cycle. So I don't want you to feel like stuck, like, oh, you're never going to get through this, but because you absolutely are. But anyway, there's this very bright star, right? And it shows itself, and it's in, a funny thing, Canis Major, the great dog, Orion's large hunting dog, which, so that indicates to me loyalty. So you're a very loyal person, I think that's your strong suit. And I think you desire a partner, and a partner probably is either here or coming in that is going to be extremely loyal and just mirroring that loyalty in you. And so I think that's kind of a relief, because as you're moving forward in your life and you're tackling these bigger things that you need to do, I think this is an important stepping stone in any relationship that you have. And so I think instilling that, and remembering that about yourself, as well as attracting that in a partner, is super important for you moving forward. Okay, let's see. And you also, with this bright star, I feel like you're going to be the bright light in somebody else's life. And that might be how, if you're looking for love, or a connection, even if it's just a great friend, whatever, I feel like you just might show up as the bright light in somebody's life, or maybe your light has been dimmed and now it's time to revive it. And I feel like in the month of September, there's very much an energy of lighting that fire, lighting up again, showing your light to the world, being kind of authentically who you are, and not, taking on whatever everybody else is thinking around you as gospel, as your doctrine. It is not. You have your own. Okay. So it's an interesting complex reading that you have, and I thought it was just like very appropriate to have this bright star. Okay, so in a moment you will definitely see 3 more cards to close out the reading for you, and they'll be popping up on the screen. And it is the Two of Wands, the Hanging Man, and the Seven of Pentacles here. And this is definitely making a choice to start in a more, there's something here about spirituality as well, checking in with that, depending on whatever your either religious or just spiritual proclivity is. It's like getting in touch with that again will be very super important for you in the month of September, and provides actually great healing and probably a locus of security in times of change. And so you might be visiting those roots, meditating more, whatever it is that you do to kind of help you on your path. It will also help you seek other answers as you're moving forward. Make those decisions a lot easier. You could do a walking meditation. Those are great, just to kind of clear your head, get out in nature, that kind of thing. And so I feel like that's super beneficial for you, and you'll be making these choices, Seven of Pentacles, excuse me, that much easier in your future. And so I feel like this is a time of healing, and it's a time of gaining back independence, finding who you are, and making decisions from that standpoint, and no longer feeling stuck, controlled, or whatever. So if you enjoyed this reading, Taurus, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.